Welcome back to Tech Talk, the podcast where we dive deep into everyday gadgets that make life more interesting. I'm your host, and I'm here with my co-host, Speaker 2. Today, we're talking about something that might seem simple, but is actually pretty fascinating, the Hontry 10x25 compact binoculars.
Hey everyone, when you first mentioned reviewing binoculars, I thought, really? But after researching these Hontry binoculars, I'm actually pretty intrigued. These little devices pack more technology than you'd expect.
Exactly. Let's start with the basics. What makes the Hontry 10x25 stand out in the crowded binocular market?
Well, first off, the name tells you a lot. 10x25 means 10 times magnification with a 25mm objective lens. But what's interesting about these Hontry binoculars is their positioning. They're specifically designed for both adults and children, which is actually pretty rare in the optics world.
That's a great point. Most binoculars are either clearly for adults or clearly for kids. The fact that these accommodate both suggests some thoughtful engineering. What are the key specs that make this possible?
The secret sauce is in the adjustable pupil distance. They've designed it to adjust from 60 to 75 millimeters. That might sound technical, but basically it means whether you're an 8-year-old kid or a full-grown adult, these will fit your face comfortably. They've also kept the weight down and made them compact enough for smaller hands.
Speaking of compact, let's talk dimensions. I've got the measurements here. 4.33 inches long, about 4 inches wide, and less than 2 inches thick. That's seriously portable.
Absolutely. And that's where these really shine. See, with traditional binoculars, you're often choosing between power and portability. These Hontry binoculars are saying, why not both? You get that 10x magnification, which is pretty respectable, in a package that fits in your jacket pocket.
Now, let's talk build quality, because at this price point, I imagine there are some trade-offs. What's the construction like?
This is where I was pleasantly surprised. They've got rubber armor coating, which serves two purposes. It protects against drops and impacts, and it gives you a better grip. There's anti-skid surface treatment too, so even if your hands are wet or you're wearing gloves, you're not going to fumble these.
And they're waterproof, right?
Correct. That's huge for outdoor use. Whether you're bird watching in the morning dew or caught in a light rain at a sporting event, these should hold up. Though I should mention, waterproof doesn't mean you should take them scuba diving.
Good clarification. Now, let's get into the optical performance. You mentioned 10x magnification, but what about image quality?
This is where the rubber meets the road. They're using what's called poro prism design with fully multi-coated lenses. That's FMC in optics speak. Without getting too technical, this means you're getting better light transmission and clearer, sharper images than you'd expect at this price point.
What does that translate to in real-world use?
Well, the field of view is 362 feet at 1,000 yards. So if you're at a baseball game, you can see a pretty wide section of the field clearly. The 2.5mm exit pool means decent brightness, though this is where the 25mm objective lens size shows its limitations. Limitations how? Smaller objective lens means less light gathering, so these are going to perform best in good lighting conditions. Daytime outdoor activities, well-lit concerts, theater performances. They're not going to be your first choice for stargazing or dawn wildlife watching.
That makes sense. So let's talk applications. The Amazon listing mentions everything from bird watching to theater to concerts. What's your take on the versatility claim?
I think it's actually pretty accurate. The compact size makes them perfect for situations where you don't want to lug around full-size binoculars. Theater and concerts are obvious. They're small enough to be discreet. Sports events, hiking, casual bird watching, all solid use cases. What about for kids specifically? This is where I think they really nail it. Getting kids interested in nature or outdoor activities often starts with the right gear that doesn't frustrate them. These are light enough that kids won't get tired holding them, simple enough to focus without complicated adjustments, and durable enough to survive being dropped a few times.
Speaking from experience with kids and expensive equipment.
Exactly. And at this price point, you're not going to have a heart attack if they do get damaged.
Let's talk about that, pricing and value. These are positioned as budget-friendly, but how do they compare to the competition?
They're competing directly with brands like Ocker, Aerosports, and Polder in the compact binocular space. What I found interesting is that Hontry sells exclusively through Amazon, no physical retail presence that I could find. This probably helps keep costs down.
Is that good or bad for consumers?
It's a mixed bag. On the positive side, Amazon's return policy gives you protection, and the price is probably lower than it would be with traditional retail markup. On the downside, you can't handle them before buying, and if you need warranty service, you're dealing with the manufacturer directly.
What about customer feedback? What are people actually saying about these?
The reviews I've seen are generally positive, especially considering the price point. People like the image clarity, the comfortable grip, and the fact that they work well for eyeglass wearers. That 10mm eye relief is helpful there.
Any common complaints?
The main one is what you'd expect. They're not great in low light conditions. Some people also mention that the compact size, while great for portability, means they can feel a bit small if you have large hands.
So who would you recommend these for, and who should probably look elsewhere?
Perfect for families who want to share binoculars, people new to optics who want to try before investing in expensive gear, travelers who prioritize portability, anyone who needs binoculars for well-lit activities like sports or concerts.
And who should skip them?
Serious bird watchers who need performance in dawn-dusk conditions, anyone who needs professional-grade optics for work, people who primarily use binoculars for astronomy. Basically, if this is going to be your only pair of binoculars and you're doing serious outdoor activities, you might want to invest more. That's a fair assessment. Any final thoughts on the Hontry 10x25? I think they hit their target market really well. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're trying to be a good, affordable, versatile option for casual users and families. And from what I can tell, they succeed at that goal.
I agree. Sometimes the best product isn't the one with the most features or the highest performance. It's the one that does what most people actually need at a price they're comfortable with.
Exactly. And let's be honest, for a lot of people, these will spend more time in a drawer than in actual use. Better to have a $30 to $50 pair sitting in your drawer than a $200 pair.
Very practical advice. So bottom line, if you're looking for an entry-level pair of compact binoculars that won't break the bank and can handle everyday activities, the Hontry 10x25 deserves consideration.
Agreed. Just make sure your expectations match the price point, and you'll probably be happy with them.
Perfect. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the Hontry 10x25 compact binoculars. Speaker 2, thanks for sharing your expertise.
Always a pleasure, Speaker 1. And hey, listeners, if you end up getting a pair of these, let us know how they work out for you.
Absolutely. You can reach us at contact info. Next week, we're diving into budget action cameras, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep talking tech.